All right, joining us now, FEMA's Acting Director for Response and Recovery, Keith Turry. Thank you very much for joining us. What is FEMA doing right now?
Yeah, we're working very closely with our state and local partners to pre-position and make sure we're ready to go for this storm. Our team's been on the ground, obviously, since Helene, but we've also doubled down on those resources in the last couple of days. So we have teams in the state OC in Tallahassee. We have them in each of the most heavily impacted counties, and we're working to make sure that we're ready to respond when this storm passes. We're also working to make sure we're still getting that messaging out in terms of making sure people prepare. As you just mentioned, obviously that time is short and running out for those in the coastal communities, but this storm is going to bring hazards across the entire peninsula, and there's still time to make sure that you're doing the last things you can do to prepare. Make sure you have that food, water, batteries, flashlights, etc., to deal with the range of hazards that we're going to be seeing here in Florida.
We've dealt with a lot of natural disasters just in the past few months, past few weeks even. The hurricane from last week did a lot of damage to Florida and a lot more damage and flooding to Georgia and South Carolina and North Carolina. There's been wildfires in the West. Now this hurricane here, there are real concerns that FEMA just doesn't have the ability to respond to all of these disasters. 9% of your disaster response workforce is available for this storm that's coming in right now. Is that enough?
Yeah, FEMA absolutely has the resources we need to respond. We plan for this. We're designed to have a system that focuses primarily on our disaster workforce that work them every day, but we have ways to surge to the rest of our 22,000 employees, to employees from the rest of the federal government, and we are bringing them in to assist. We recognize every year we're planning that there can be multiple hurricanes. This is not something that we have not prepared for. So we have the financial resources, we have the staff and personnel. They are pre-positioned and ready to respond, and we'll do so with all of our state and local partners in the coming days.
Explain to our viewers exactly what will happen once this storm passes. What's FEMA's first move?
The first move always is making sure that you're focused on life safety. And so the state and local governments will, and their search and rescue teams, along with the supporting federal search and rescue teams, will be out in the communities looking for anyone who needs assistance, anyone who needs help. We'll be looking to get reports from all of the counties and all the locations about what the conditions are and where we need to bring resources to. In parallel to helping with those search and rescue efforts, we'll be moving commodities into the area, making sure that if there are folks that are out of their homes, that they have food, water, and other life-saving necessities. And we'll also be assessing the status of those critical lifelines for the community's power, water, et cetera, and making sure that we can do whatever needs to be done to get those up and running as quickly as possible. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be a difficult number of days here in Florida with the size and scale of this storm. But life safety is always our first priority, and that's what we focused on. I'm
able to ask you tough questions here on the show. You're able to answer them. What about the other modes of information and the disinformation that's out there? Is FEMA adequately able to get its message out, to get its abilities out, to tell residents what it can do for them right now in this current media environment where people listen to either politicians or Joe Schmo on social media?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a challenging environment, obviously, over the last couple of weeks with some of the disinformation that's out there, some of the information about what FEMA does that just isn't accurate. We've been pushing our message very aggressively. We have a rumor response page that you can go to on our website, and we've had a lot of great partners from across state, local government, and others that are helping amplify the correct information. And so we're not going to let that distract us. We're focused on supporting these communities is what we're built to do, and we're going to keep moving forward to make sure we protect people as best as possible.
Keith Turry, thank you very much for joining us.